Welcome to this fourth installment of HipMojo. I'm your host, Ashkan Karbas-Fushan.
And I'm CT Moore.
So last week, the big news in the world was that Apple's CEO, Steve Jobs, was resigning. Now, if there's any one company that can claim a legitimate stake to being the company of the 21st century, it's Apple, though, of course,
We have obvious other contenders such as Google and Facebook.
So this took me back to an article I wrote in 2007. Back then, I looked at which company based online, so an internet-focused company, stood out each year, going all the way back to 1994 till when I wrote the article in 2007. For various reasons, which I'm sure we'll cover later on today, I didn't really pick a company for 2008, 2009, 2010, and naturally we're in 2011 now. So what we're going to do on today's show is we're going to basically look back at the one company that stood out each year. And then we're going to fill in the gaps and pick a company for 2008, 2009, 2010, and then set the stage for this little poll that we're going to be running, where basically you, the viewers, are going to pick 33% of the vote, a company that stood out this year in 2011. You're going to have a vote, so 33%, and I'll have a vote, 33%. And if somehow there's a tie, I don't see how that would be possible. I guess we'll just flip a coin. And then
A three-sided coin.
Sorry?
A three-sided coin.
There you go. And then in the last segment, as always, we'll have the email of the week and the lightning round, which I'm sure will be interesting as always. So let's get cracking.
In 1994, I wasn't even on the internet yet. I was a teenager, but top pick in 1994, you picked AOL. Why?
Yes, because in August of 94, they merged with Redgate, which was basically the company behind all those great CDs that they mailed out, the CD-ROMs. So 1994, before even the World Wide Web was started, AOL was our pick for Internet Company of the Year.
And for me, they continued to be relevant up until 2006, 2007. They were great for astroturfing. You would get a free AOL account. Every time you logged in, you got a different IP address, and you can astroturf blogs and game the game. But moving on, 1995, you picked Netscape.
Yeah, basically in August of 95, Netscape went public. This is after Mosaic launched Navigator. The stock went from $14 to $75. Legend has it, Mark Andreessen woke up one day late. He noticed he was a multi-millionaire many times over. 95, Netscape was the company of the year.
Usually when I wake up from dreams, things are less rosy, but in
Because of all that astroturfing.
Karma's a... Anyways, moving on in 96, here's a name we probably haven't heard or spoken in a while, Alta Vista.
That's correct. Well, they were the Google before there was a Google. I think in 95 they became they were launched by DEC, and then in 96 they became the exclusive search partner on Yahoo. And I think that's why we went with them in 96, even though in 98 they were acquired by Compaq, and then in 2003, once Alta Vista was part of Overture, formerly GoTo, they were acquired by Yahoo. Today, I don't know what's up with Alta Vista, but back in 96, they were the company of the year.
And in 97, you picked a company that is actually still relevant today and doing pretty well, eBay.
Yeah, eBay was founded in 1995 by Iranian-Frenchman Pierre Omidyar. He actually started the company named AuctionWeb, and the whole myth that the PR team created was that his girlfriend was a trader in Pez dispensers, but that's BS. That never actually happened. He coded the site Labor Day back in the day. He launched it, and because of those 80% profit margins, Omidyar is to this day a billionaire, and eBay remains a power. It's not the sexy Web 2 kind of company that's in the news, but it still remains one of the powerhouses.
Yeah, well, they're good at moving merchandise, and as long as you can move a physical product, you're in business, right? 98, a company that I feel bad for almost bringing it up. You named Yahoo.
Yeah, well, Yahoo could have been picked like in 94, 95, but we wanted to pick one company that was, each year and not have it repeat. So 98, we went with Yahoo. The reason is because that's the year that the stock went up from $4 to $40, right? So Yahoo was the company that, along with Amazon, that people just thought would go up and up and up. It was in 97 that they launched their Yahoo Mail service, and in 99 to 2000, they ended up buying a bunch of companies like GeoCities and eGroups. But 98 is the company that, 98 was the year that I think people got the idea that the web could be a moneymaker if you invested in web stocks.
And moving on, getting to the turn of the millennium, 99, Amazon.
I remember at the end of the year, December, that's how long ago it was, I was cutting my hair, and I was reading Time magazine, and believe it or not, they picked Amazon for Company of the Year. They picked Jeff Bezos as Man of the Year. At the time, there was talk that maybe one day Amazon would buy Walmart. Now, as recent as I think the time I did this list in 2007, obviously a bit different of a background, Amazon was worth 1/10 of Walmart. Today, Walmart is worth only twice as much as Amazon. So that notion that one day, if Amazon keeps growing and Walmart keeps facing pressure from online and wherever else, it's not that outlandish to think that one day Amazon could trade as much as Walmart, even though Walmart's gross sales would be much higher. So 99, we went with Amazon, largely on the strength of the Time magazine picking Jeff Bezos.
It would be an interesting turn of fate if Amazon bought Walmart just so it could acquire a brick and mortar presence.
Yeah, not that crazy.
No. 2000, another search-based company, Lycos, another name we haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, Lycos is a very interesting story. Launched in 1995 by Bob Davis. In 2000, in 99, it was the top portal in the world, and in 2000, it sold to Spain's Terra Networks for a whopping 12.5 billion. Now, a mere 4 years later, Terra unloaded Lycos for 1% of that price. Little anecdote, Bob Davis's Highland VC was the first VC I spoke to when I launched WatchMojo.com. Just a little footnote. Next year?
All right, next year, one of my favorite companies of all time, Napster, completely changed the way I buy music. And I guess that's why you chose them, right?
Yeah, so Napster launched in 99. Sean Fanning, poster child for taking down old media. It spread like wildfire in 2000. I started working online in 2000, and I was just, downloading a lot of music. I recall storing and backing up my Napster files, and my system admin came one day and said, "What the hell are you using your computer for? These are not mission critical files." So anyway, it peaked in 2001, and that's when the RIAA decided to take it down. Napster was the fastest growing consumer application ever at the time, and it really set the stage for the P2P music sharing sites like Kazaa, LimeWire, and whatnot to really just totally blow the genie out of the bottle. Don Dodge, who's currently with Google, and he's like an evangelist with startups, he used to be with Napster. He has a fantastic story about Napster and all the challenges it faced. We'll link up to that when we publish this video. It's a must read. I know we're now at 2002. This is where I think would be a good time to pause, because when we come back, we start to seed the internet with the success stories of the second half of the internet's growth.